Alright, so it is early morning and I'm off to work. I thought that I should just record some practice vlogs so that I can figure out how to improve the video, how to improve the content that I'm capturing, and also how to sort of build interesting content. Okay, so the day typically starts with a drive to the office, and then I spend my day till evening in office, and then I take some time off for 2 to 3 hours, and if there is a meeting on that day, then I attend the night meetings. So that's the routine. Now what we are planning to do is we are planning to move to Vancouver and essentially move to Canada, but then Vancouver happens to be the city where we're gonna do this, start this. Seems like it. If I get my visa approved, that's where I'm moving. And yeah, so since I don't have much to talk about, let me just talk about my journey so far as someone who in his really late 30s is planning to move to Canada. So let's start from the start. So why so late? So late, I'm planning to move this late because I had always hoped to move to a country outside India, but something or the other kept coming up. First it was education, then it was just a lack of support from the parents, and then I got married, then we had kids, and so on and so forth. And now finally it took about 10 years for my wife to realize that my original decision was right. We should have moved outside India a long time ago. It's just that we took this long. Everyone has a story, right? It's never too late. So yeah, so that's the short answer of why so late. And then I wouldn't call it late again, right? So everyone has their own timeline, everyone is living life. Okay, that's what you say when you get late, okay? So everyone moves at their own speed. You should not listen to society and all of these pressures of get this on time, get kids on time, get blah blah blah. So I think everything else has happened on time, but yeah, so just this move is happening late. And yeah, so just to tell you a bit about myself, I am 37, soon to be 38. I am a software professional. I am what they call a product manager, which I call a glorified business analyst. And also, really, this is my second longer stint as a product manager, and I think that this time my typical statement is not true, that it's a glorified business analyst, because we are really making good decisions around sales, the market, our customers and their needs, instead of just being an internal looking business analyst who helps developers figure out the business side of things, right? So that's my job. Sorry, I went on a tangent there, but yeah, since I'm not going to post this anyway, it doesn't matter, right? But then I am also being conscious that I might. So let's see what happens with that. Okay. What am I planning for Vancouver, or rather for Canada, right? Initially, I tried the PR route, and given my advanced age, obviously that did not pan out, right? And then it was just a coincidence that I happened to mention to a friend of mine that, hey, I am trying to move to Canada, blah blah, and they shared the number of this agent that I'm working with right now. Hopefully he'll do a good job and he'll do what he promised to do. So he's promised to get us an admission into an MBA program in Vancouver, Canada, that is in the province, not state, province of British Columbia in Canada. And he's gonna do my visa, and he's later gonna help my wife and kids to get their visas as well. So that's the plan. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so that's the plan. Apart from that, right now I'll tell you where I am at my in my process, right? I had given a general IELTS 2 years back, almost, in, I think, January 22. We are in November 23 right now, so almost 2 years back. And got a decent score, 7.5 at that point of time. Now I was asked to do an academic IELTS, so because that is required for the MBA, right? So I'm going to do that one, or rather, sorry, I have done that one already. And I don't know, I think maybe the academic IELTS is easier, or I'm more suited to the academic IELTS. I don't know what it is, but hey, I got an 8.5. I got an 8.5 band. Listening and reading, I scored a 9. Speaking, I scored an 8, and writing, I scored an 8.5, if I am not wrong. Something around that. Overall, 8.5. So really happy about that. My agent says that I most likely will get a what's it called? Discount? No, what is it called? Scholarship. Yeah, I will get a scholarship for this score because I've got a really good score. And my thought goes back to, I don't care about anything else. Just get me the offer letter, unconditional offer letter, which essentially means that the university has accepted my application. They filed all of my documents and qualifications are up to the mark, and they are asking me to, hey, come apply for a visa. Just come here and you can get admission into your preferred course, your MBA. Right? So that's the long and short of it. I think I'm just waiting for this offer letter now. It's called the unconditional offer letter. So I can use that, and then I'll have to start the process of doing my e-medical, which is going to this coincidentally now that I talk about it, I'm right near the place in Pune, the city where I live in, where the medical is done. It's called Ruby Hall. So Ruby Hall, I'll have to come here, do my e-medical, and I'll have process for loan, and then I will have to show all of these documents to apply for my visa. So that's the process. Now that I have spoken about the loan, let me also tell you what the thought process is. I'm supposed to apply for the fees, the tuition fees for the school that I'm going to, the university. Oh yeah, by the way, it's University Canada West that I'm trying for, UCW. So UCW costs about 40,000 Canadian dollars as tuition fee, and then I'll have to also get my GIC. So GIC is sort of a fund that Canada requires you to have with you, because as a student you'll need some money for your day-to-day expenses, maybe pay your rent, food, travel, etc., etc. Just day-to-day basic living expenses. So that's about $10,000 odd. So I'm gonna need about 50,000 odd dollars Canadian. So that comes out to, I think, 35 lakhs, including fees and everything else. Rupees, 35 lakh rupees. So that's the loan that I'm gonna apply for. Which also means that when I apply for 35, they're not going to give 35. I have to upfront deposit 5 lakhs of my own, and then they'll give me 30 lakhs as a loan, so that I show that I have some money of my own as well. I'm not just completely dependent on their loan. And I will also, I have a bit of savings. I won't tell you how much, quite a bit. But yeah, so I'll be using those savings at a later point of time as needed. I totally plan to just spend the GIC money till I start earning there, and I will do part-time jobs here and there. So that's the banking side of things. Now from a travel, when do I aspire to, hope to travel perspective, I hope to travel by January, so that I get a good 2-3 months to build my credit score. So the way the Canadian economy works, if you want to take a place on rent or rent a house, you need to have some sort of a credit score. People won't easily, landlords won't accept tenants that don't have a credit history, right? So I'll start building that, and then the hope is that I spend 2-3 months before my course starts, and for this period of, let's say, 4 to 6 months, I will be alone there. So I'll go ahead, and once my course starts, then my agent can go ahead and apply for the visas of my wife and my kids. And then once that is done, then we'll somewhere in June-ish is when my family will arrive, and they will then or rather we will then be able to rent a proper apartment of our own. Till then I totally intend to stay as a bachelor with other boys, or just share apartment with whoever is willing to share. So that's the long-term plan. And so right now I'm yet to inform my current employer that I plan to pursue an MBA in Canada. Now the limitation that comes with this course is that, or rather there is some leeway, is that I can work part-time. What that means is I can work for 20 hours a week, which is half of the regular. So regular working hours are 40 hours a week. So I can work part-time, but which also means that my current employer most likely will not continue my employment because I'm a full-time employee. They would rather hire someone else in my place. So I'm still gonna try, and obviously I'm not going to disclose my move or my plan to pursue my MBA in Canada earlier to my current employer. I'm just gonna take my time and hope that towards the end of my stay in India is when I inform them, so that I keep getting my salary for 2 months after that, which is the typical notice period. Given the level at which I am, I don't think they'll be able to easily relieve me. In fact, if I'm going to Canada, they'll want to use my time at that end for just a US time zone work sort of a thing, which isn't allowed, by the way. If I were employed by a Canadian company, I would not have been allowed to work there before my course starts. But since this employment contract is based out of Pune, India, I'm just continuing that job there. Hopefully, I will. I'm still being optimistic. So yeah, so that's the broad plan. Now, what remains to be seen is how do we manage the timings of things. So finances are sorted. We will obviously borrow some money. We have enough savings. We could have spent everything ourselves, but then that's not always a prudent way of doing things. So yeah, so that's the plan. And then we also need to sort of figure out the school once I reach there. So that's the reason that I'm moving early, so that I can sort of scope out the entire area, just spend time roaming around a bit and learn about the public transit, learn about the areas, figure out which area seems like a good place to live with my family, and so on and so forth. Okay. Alright, one more thing that I forgot is this car thing. So the car thing is that I'll need to essentially, my driver's license in India is expiring, I think, in a year or so. So I need to go renew it and carry it along with me, because then I can convert my existing Indian license into a British Columbia G5 license. A G5? Level 5, I don't know, something 5. If I don't, then I have to start at level 7, so it's descending. 7 is the lowest level, and 5 is when you can drive your own car. So hopefully I'm able to do that, and then I'll be able to get my driver's license. Vancouver does not require much of a vehicle. The public transit is good, is what I hear. And also my plan is definitely to stay in an apartment and not in like a big house to start with. We might buy a house later, we don't know. But yeah, so plan is to start by staying in an apartment, and we will definitely want to stay downtown for at least the duration of my course, so that is 2 years. So we'll stay downtown somewhere, I don't know where, or in a place where there is public transit available, and we will then also find a place which is in proximity to a good school so that my kids can go there, and my wife can also then find a job for herself, etc., etc. So that's the plan. Let's see how it pans out. Okay, I think this should be enough for a sample, right? And I'm just gonna stop recording now and review this. Bye.